All right. Morning, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Trading Bitcoin. I am your host, Vays. Let's see how we're doing. How's the audio? How's the video? Man, when I put the sunglasses on, I cannot see my own screen. And I'm really curious how many live viewers we're going to have because if you pay attention to my Twitter, wow, like everything changed. I have finally been on shadow ban, which has been around for years and has led to, me not getting any followers on Twitter over the last 3 years. But now that's over, and it's like a whole new social media platform for me. So this is kind of exciting. I am in the gorgeous Bali, Indonesia, the home of the financial summit. Again, if only the shadow ban ended a few months ago, a lot more people would have known about this incredible event that starts tomorrow. And I'm already here. I got a full day ready to prep, but I really want to show you the gorgeous views from the villa that I'm staying tonight. Last night, I got here late last night. I'm staying here today, and then I'm gonna move to an even better one. Where we're gonna be hosting evening events. All right, guys. Let me see how many views we got. Hopefully, people saw the tweet. Let me see. Man, the whole Twitter thing was wild. Let me refresh. Not doing this at the most optimal time. Europe is still totally sleeping. But yeah, check out this view, and then we're gonna get into the charts. Let me see if the camera's gonna move around as I move around. Oh man. Absolutely awesome. And these are the camera moving with me. Yeah, there we go. Got a hammock here. And check out this pool. Like every villa has its own private pool. Camera still with me? Hope so. All right. I'm not gonna get into the pool. But let's see what happens when I come back. Let's see how far the camera can follow me. If it's still following me. You guys have the audio because I have the wireless mics. I think that's as far as the camera goes. Hope you guys can still see me. All right. I'm back. Yep, it's following me again. And let me show you the inside of the villa for a second, and then we're gonna get on with the stream. Let me see how far this camera can turn. Though I can also turn it this way, and then it will be able to turn more. There we go. See if I can open this. There we go. There's one more at the top. There we go. Boom. There we go. Yeah, so this is the living room. Like the bedroom is through there. And they really take care of you here. Like they know me well at this resort. This was a present in my room right there. Anyway, I love this place. I'm gonna put the hotel, the link to this hotel down below. Or maybe in a day or two when we start the event going. All right, let's get the camera back around. And We're gonna look at the charts. But yes, oh, I got my coffee here as well. Yeah, the financial summit takes place at some of the most gorgeous resorts that I find as I travel around the world. And this is one of them. One of my favorite resort in Bali, Indonesia. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Okay, let me look at the live chat and then we're gonna go to the charts. Wheat prices. I have not looked at wheat prices in a long time. Hello from Greece. Hi there. All right. You guys can see this gorgeous view. All right, let's go to the charts. See what's going on. Try to keep an eye on your live chat as well. Okay, monthly chart. The month is coming to an end. We have one more day. Today's Halloween, by the way. Happy Halloween, everyone. Also, white paper anniversary day. Move the computer back a little bit. White paper anniversary day as well. So that's another milestone. We're going to take a look at this chart in a couple of days. I don't know if I'll be streaming the rest of the week because of the summit going on, but I do want to show you these gorgeous views, maybe stream from the conference room, get some people on the stream so you can see what kind of people attended. I might stream the trading competition. We might live stream the trading contest. Yeah, no, I'm really in a good mood now that I said my Twitter ban is over. I'll show you guys what happened on Twitter the other day. Anyway, the triangle is still a concern on a weekly scale. We have a green star candle based on the MRI. See, there was a clash. While the triangle was bearish, the MRI was bullish. And as I've said many times, I don't think this triangle is as dangerous as the one we had in 2018. So I am starting to lean bullish a little bit. As I talked about on this 4-day allocation chart, we have 1 day to go. Look at the moving averages. Things are looking up. I do want to wait till the Fed, but at the same time, I am very optimistic about the Fed. So because I don't know if I'm going to be doing any additional streams, I want to put in a 20% bullish allocation into Bitcoin. People see me on Twitter again. People thought I left years ago. I did not. I was just shadow banned. So we are going to put in a 20% bullish allocation because look, the price is above 2 moving averages. They are rising. One is above the other. And I was waiting for us to establish some decent closes above the $20,000 area. And we are now at 20,600. I think that's a decent place. We also have a high probability of breaking the next moving average on the next candle with the short term, a few more candles in order to break the intermediate term. And these are all very good signs that the market could be reversing. There's, of course, additional reasons, which I'm going to get into in a second. We also had the weekly moving MRI, as I mentioned here, but it was too risky for me to speculate on this weekly MRI because of the triangle. But now we are starting to break the triangle to the upside. It's not broken yet. It's still there. So we will see how that goes. Okay. There we go. So these are our scenarios. Going straight to the daily chart. I was hoping for a little bit of a pullback here before going to the top of the channel. We are still stuck below the 128-day moving average. However, I am optimistic because of this consolidation near the top. And as you guys know, consolidations near the top are bullish. Consolidations near the bottom are bearish. So right now I'm a little bit bullish. Would have been nice to get to an MRI sell. However, if we break the MRI trend, that means we are in line to set up a new trend to the upside. I have not yet fully taken the downside off the table, but I think that there is a very high probability that the Federal Reserve is going to raise rates only 50 basis points. Guys, you have to keep an eye on the trend. I'm going to show you the Financial Summit's Twitter handle in a second. And 4 days ago, or like, oh, sorry, 6 days ago, the probability of this happening, only 50 basis points, this probability was zero. It was literally zero. This was 99.7%, and this was 0.3%. So effectively, zero chance of a 50 basis point rate hike and 100% chance of a 75 basis point rate hike. Then it creeped up to 9, 10, 15. Now it's at 18. Let's see what happens if I refresh. This is from a day ago. Let's see if this is now above 20%, which I believe that it probably should be. I've always given the 50 basis point rate hike a significantly higher. Look at that. It's now 20%. So this has gone from 0% to 20% in less than a week. Less than a week. I'll show you guys the tweet. Like, I'm not lying about the 99.7. If we go to Twitter, you know what? I'll go to Twitter in a minute. But keep this in mind. I'm going to talk about this in a few minutes. Also, don't forget the FOMC drift. I've talked about this many, many times, but I have a feeling a lot of new people are going to be watching this stream today because of my Twitter ban being lifted. So you got to Google this paper. It's from 2011. I've been talking about this for years and years, that the stock market, it's on page 27, 29, is it? I think it's on page 29 or page 30. There it is, page 30. Page 30. This is how the market performs on the Fed rate announcement day, which is going to be on November 2nd. November 2nd or 3rd, I got to double check because sometimes the meeting is 2 days and they announce on the second day. So I got to double check exactly what day it is. But it's next week. Oh, sorry, it's this week. Today's already Monday. Well, Sunday night in New York, Monday for me. So this week on Wednesday, they're going to announce the rate hike. I'm assuming it's Wednesday because it's always on a Wednesday. Let me double check. Hold on. If this updated already, it'll tell us. It might still be Sunday in New York, so this might not have updated. No, this hasn't updated yet. Okay, so it'll update in 12 hours. So we still got time. So the market goes up on average 0.5%, and on average the market didn't rise for 20 years outside of this day, outside of the Fed day. And then there was a follow-up paper in 2018 that proved that it goes up even more between 2011 and 2018. And I think it's gone up even more since then. So most of the gains in the stock market take place on the day of the rate hike. So keep that in mind. We're going to go look at the stock market chart. Not interesting. Oil, I'm still bullish on the price of oil, guys. The strategic oil reserve is going to run out. The Democrats will drain this thing dry going into the midterms and then probably continue it into the primaries in 2 years. Let's see. I believe they've drained more of the strategic oil reserve, and they have. They withdrew another 4 million barrels. So next week, we're going to go under 400 million barrels for the first time, I think, in 40 years. When was the last time it was this low? 400. We have to go find 400. The last time it was under 400 was in 1984. So that is 38 years. 38 years, guys. We're going to get to, 350 or whatever this is. What is this? We'll get there. We'll get under 300 probably sometime later this year. Look how fast we are draining the strategic oil reserve. And then when it's time to refill it, the price of oil is going to skyrocket. There's just not enough oil going around. So keep in mind, this is why I'm waiting for the price of oil to just shoot to 200, which I think it will. Stock market. Here's the correlation. This is a 10-minute chart. Let's go to the daily chart. And on Bitcoin as well, daily chart. There's the correlation. So the stock market is also sitting right at resistance. The stock market hit its MRI top. It corrected for 1 to 4 candles, corrected for only 1 candle, but the one is within 1 to 4. We had a weekly and a monthly MRI buy. This is so rare. Oh, let me close this. This is so rare. Right here. We had a weekly MRI buy inside a monthly MRI buy. The last time that happened was in 2009. We have to go to the monthly chart so we can easily see it. And right there, the last time we even had a monthly MRI buy was in February of 2009, the month before the ultimate reversal and a 12-year bull market with absolutely nothing stopping it. Okay, I'm not sure what this is, but I think I'm going to delete it because it's just cluttering my chart. And this is the first time we had an MRI buy since 2009. And if you think right now things look bad, things looked a hell of a lot worse in February of 2009. I was there. I was already working at JP Morgan after Bear Stearns had collapsed, which is where I was in 2008. And right here, we thought the world was coming to an end. Right now, we're in a slightly different situation. I'm not going to get political. I'm going to talk about how this my Twitter and my YouTube is going to change and stuff. Let me see how many live viewers we have. Super curious how many live viewers we have. Oh, we're only at about 250. Maybe it's the Sunday night. It's not a good time for people to watch. Sunday night in New York. This is okay. These are shit coins. All right. So everybody wanted me to look at wheat. I haven't looked at wheat in a long time. Yeah, wheat is really important. Which one is wheat? Is ZW wheat? Yes, ZW is wheat. So wheat hit its monthly MRI top and pulled back. Again, the usefulness of the MRI indicator called pretty decently the top in wheat. We pulled back and now we're rising. Let me see how high these wheat prices are historically. The last time wheat prices were this high was in 2008, right before the major crisis. So right here, so the question is the price of wheat going to go higher or lower? Well, if Russia-Ukraine actually managed some peace talks, which is possible, depending on how the US election goes. It's possible there could be peace talks between Russia and Ukraine. Though realistically, I give the odds of that 25% that there's going to be peace talks between Ukraine and Russia. I'm not very optimistic on the peace talks. Nobody wants them. Nobody. Maybe 10% of the world, 10% of the Western world. Let me not talk about the Eastern world. About 10% of the people in liberal democracies actually want peace talks with Russia. So it's kind of unlikely. The non-liberal democracy world is more interested in peace talks. But I'm not very optimistic on that. If there are peace talks between Ukraine and Russia, then the price of wheat should go down. If there aren't peace talks between Ukraine and Russia, then there's a higher probability the price of wheat goes up. When the price of wheat goes up, the world starts to get in a little bit of trouble. I personally don't eat wheat, but most of the world survives on it. I think Twitter is about to be very relevant. Is the stock still trading? I haven't had time to really look into if the stock is gonna come off the market because the company is gonna go private now. So here is Twitter. This is a monthly chart. Also hit its MRI all-time high in 2021. And then went down. And on a daily scale, it should be flatlined at $54. Like on a daily scale, it should be flatlined. And I think it's going to go private. I think that you won't be able to trade Twitter stock much longer. Okay. Whoa, my computer is heating up in the sun. This is not good. So real quick. So we are here. The financial summit starts tomorrow. This event starts tomorrow. People still register. We had like 2 people register yesterday. I have 4 rooms left. I think I have about 4 rooms left because this doesn't update. Let me see. This says 6, but it should be less. We're almost full. It's going to be such an amazing event. We have about 50 rooms covered here at the hotel, and it's going to be freaking awesome. I can't wait. This is the resort I'm at, by the way. We try not to disclose our resorts. We also try not to disclose who's actually going to be here because of the somewhat high-profile nature of some of the attendees and presenters. The attendees themselves are presenters. Great event. These are the rooms. In case you're wondering which room I'm in, I am in this villa right here. This is the villa that I'm in. If you're on this page and you're curious, if you go to upgrade rooms, there is an upgrade rooms feature. And the 2-bedroom villas, the only thing that's different between a 2-bedroom villa and a 1-bedroom villa is that a 2-bedroom villa is kind of standalone and you get some more property and you get a better view of the ocean. I am in this villa right here, literally this one. And tomorrow I am moving into this one, and this is where we're going to be hosting evening events. And then we have some of our VIPs at these penthouses right here. So we have all 3 of these penthouses. We have all of these villas that you see here. We have them all. The entire place is only 76 rooms. It's like maybe 40 villas, and these are the suites. They're right on the cliff. It's freaking incredible. These are the suites. And these are the penthouses. Some of our upgrades. These are the penthouses. So these right here are these guys. This resort's great. The event's great. Okay, real quick. You can also follow us on Instagram, by the way. If you're watching this video for the first time because you finally discovered me on Twitter, please follow me on Instagram. I'd love to get a check mark there one day. Twitter. Let's go to Twitter. Look at this. So I'm almost at 6,000 likes on this tweet. My average tweets have been 50 likes for the last 3 years. And I have a tweet, and suddenly tweets have gone viral. For me, this is more than viral. The only tweet that's ever broken 1,000 likes was the one where Carl Moon promoted it to his 1 million followers. That was the only tweet I ever broke 1,000 likes on. Nope, that's my alarm, but I was up way early. I should have done this way earlier before the sun was so high. Anyway. So just look at the replies. People are seeing me in their timeline for the first time. The Twitter ban is over, which is awesome. And look at my statistics, right? So I wish I took this one day earlier. So last month in September 2022, I lost 300 followers. So I've actually been losing followers this year because no one saw my tweets. My top mention got 64 likes. My top tweet had 239 likes. That's my top tweet, okay? Top tweet. And the reason why I had 700 new followers, this doesn't include yesterday, by the way. It doesn't include that viral tweet of people actually seeing me again on Twitter after my shadow ban was lifted, was because I sent out a bunch of tweets tagging Zuby Music, who has like 1 million followers, and he retweeted some of those. So this entire 600 new followers is thanks to Zuby and thanks to hanging out with Zuby. Let me refresh this. I want to see if yesterday's statistics, this is going to go from 700 to about 4,700. Let's see. Then this is all from yesterday because my shadow ban was finally lifted. Look at that. I was right. 4,700. I picked up 4,000 new followers yesterday. Nothing has changed. The only thing that has changed was the fact that my shadow ban has ended and people are seeing my tweets on their timeline again. That's the only thing that has changed. I went from 286,000 followers to 291. So I picked up 5,000 new followers in the last 2 days, all because Elon Musk bought Twitter, and all the evil people that were suppressing voices like myself turned off the Twitter bots. And Elon even tweeted, said, I haven't implemented any changes yet. Well, you didn't have to implement changes. The people that have been putting in these free speech suppression algorithms in Twitter have turned them off because they're probably scared that they're going to get discovered that they had them running. This is literal proof that they were suppressing tweets. The only thing that changed, this is the tweet. The only thing that changed is, right, it all started with this. Where is it? Right here, my friend Green Candle, Brandon. Right here. It all started with this. Whoa, you actually show up on my timeline now. And with this tweet, I just tagged, Elon and libs of TikTok. And I said, wow, the comments here are hilarious. This was all the memes of Elon taking over Twitter. It was great. And suddenly this tweet showed up on a bunch of people's timelines. I got 96 likes. And from here, it was obvious what happened. And everyone started just tweeting, hey, Tone, you're showing up on my timeline. And I just tweeted out, hey, is my shadow ban over? And I suddenly got 600 likes. Normally, a tweet like this would get me 50 likes, and it was suddenly 600. This has been this way for years. And look at every single reply. People thought I left years ago. No one's seen my tweets in years. It's completely crazy. And then I just sent out one more just to test it. And I said, hey, guys, if you're seeing me for the first time in years, like all these people a few hours ago, like and retweet. And here we are with 6,000 likes and almost 1,000 retweets. Absolutely incredible. So yeah, Twitter is healing. So hopefully free speech will start to spread a little bit. Sand Snake, welcome back, brother. Thoughts on Coors, the biggest miner going bankrupt? Really? Are they going bankrupt? Well, you guys know who my favorite miner is. My favorite miner is Bitfarms. Unfortunately, Ben Gagnon from Bitfarms was not able to make it all the way out to Bali. Super unfortunate. Are they really going bankrupt? I find that very hard to believe. Whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. How's our friend Bitfarms doing? Well, this is good for the miners that are not going bankrupt, right? And this is, like I said, the company I'm most familiar with is Bitfarms. Because Ben Gagnon attends the financial summits and does amazing presentations explaining the mining space. And that's why this is the stock I'm most familiar with. This is the company I trust the most in Bitcoin mining out of all the other companies. And this is why I would have never invested any money in Coors, but instead would have taken my chances with Bitfarms. And I would have chosen wisely, but I have not yet put any money in. Because I've been just so busy organizing the summit. But the summit's gonna end, and also the interest rate. Back to the interest rate. I think I'm gonna take some time, maybe tomorrow, and I'm gonna reevaluate my portfolio, because one more thing. I'm gonna switch gears here. We're gonna go to the Financial Summit Twitter handle. Guys, please follow the Financial Summit Twitter handle. I'm not the only one that tweets from the Financial Summit Twitter handle. We have a bunch of researchers now. They're going to be tweeting from the handle. I will do my absolute best to keep this handle politically free. When there are, I'm already like taking down any political tweets off this handle. This is going to be only finance, trading, and investing. I'm going to keep politics to my personal Twitter handle, that I know will no longer be banned for my political opinions. This is going to be strictly financial opinions, not political opinions. This is where all my future financial thoughts will be. They're going to be here. My Bitcoin thoughts are going to be on the unconfiscatable Twitter handle. And my personal Twitter handle will probably go political. I would love to comment on the Brazilian election, which is the only thing that is upsetting me this morning. But I'm going to stay politically neutral today and not go irate on what happened in the Brazilian presidential election, because I plan to spend a month in Brazil next year. And I am now reconsidering that plan, but I may still go to Brazil. So on the Financial Summit Twitter handle, tomorrow we're going to retweet one of our charts that we tweeted out back in September. And I know it takes me forever to scroll to early September because we do tweet a lot of financial research on this handle. But if I'm able to make it all the way to September, you're going to see this chart tomorrow. In tomorrow's tweet, you're going to see a brand new chart. I don't like that air. I'm going to go through your comments as well. Hey, moderators, shoot over any good comments. In our chat. Oh, here we go. So they're asking if customs checked the vaccination status at the airport in Bali. So this is another interesting development. When we planned the financial summit in Bali, there was no vaccine mandate in Bali. And very often, I analyze the situation properly, but at the same time, I make mistakes in my conclusions. Here's one example. In multiple videos, 3 years ago, when Donald Trump was president, I had publicly stated that once Donald Trump leaves office, he's going to buy Twitter. I had said this on many, many occasions, that he's going to buy Twitter and make it private and open it up to free speech. I got the analysis correct. I got the billionaire wrong that bought Twitter. But years ago, those of you that have watched me for a long time, you know this is true. It will be impossible for me to find it to prove it to you. But I have stated on many, many occasions that I believe Donald Trump is going to buy Twitter after he's no longer president. I got the analysis correct. I got the billionaire wrong. So a similar thing happened with Bali. This was the tweet I was looking for, by the way. In Bali, when we announced the financial summit in Bali, there was no vaccine mandate. And then the G20 announced that they were going to have their annual G20 meeting here in Bali next week. It's happening the week after our financial summit. And because of the moment they announced it, I said, oh, that's amazing. I know none of these politicians are actually vaccinating. So they're going to remove all the vaccine mandates. They're going to remove all restrictions on entering Bali because of the G20, because I know none of these politicians are actually vaccinating. But I got I was right, but I was also wrong, because instead of them removing all COVID restrictions on Bali, they increased the COVID restrictions, but they opened up an exemption to anyone with a diplomatic passport. So if you have a diplomatic passport, they removed all COVID restrictions, because I was right. None of these politicians are actually vaccinating. That's why if you have a diplomatic passport, you don't need to prove anything in regards to vaccines to enter Indonesia. But they also want to make sure none of the anti-vaccine people are going to be protesting the G20 event. So they increased the restriction and they created the vaccine, the vaccine mandate here to enter, which is why we lost many people on being able to enter Bali, Indonesia. Now you can still do it with a medical exemption from your doctor that you are not able to inject the vaccine, which is, again, Twitter is has free speech now, but YouTube no longer does. So to enter Bali, Indonesia, you will either need to show papers that you are vaccinated, or you need a medical exemption from a doctor that you are medically exempt from getting the vaccine, or you need a proof of recovery. But even with the proof of recovery, they still want to see that you have one shot at least, because they really don't want. They make it very clear that if you're not vaccinated for political reasons, they don't want you in the country. But all of this happened after our event has already, got moving, so I couldn't cancel. But I expect all of these restrictions to end the moment the G20 ends. This is all political because of the G20, which is why the vaccine mandate happened in Indonesia, while all other Asian countries have removed, Southeast Asian countries have removed the vaccine mandates. Vietnam, Thailand, like everything else has removed like everything. It's like Thailand, go, no PCR, no vaccine, no nothing. Okay, so this is the important chart. We said in September, I've said it on the channel, we said it on the Financial Summit Twitter handle, that September is the worst month for stocks. The worst month for stocks, and therefore Bitcoin, because they're so grossly correlated. October is the best month for stocks, especially in midterm election year. The election is in a week and a half. Okay, the election is next week. So we knew October was going to be a very positive month. And look at how October has performed on a monthly level. October is the best month since whatever this month was, April. Since April of 2020, this is the best month we've had. I saw something on Twitter that this is the best. Oh, it might be the best October since 1987. Right, because the 1987 crash, if I go back to 1987, I wonder how the MRI called 1987. At least the top of 1987. It might have called it well. Let me see. Boom, look at that. Look at the MRI calling the 1987 top. And the 1986 top. Look at that. Obviously, we're not going to get an MRI buy because it happened in a single month. So that's probably, oh, it's December. Okay. This is October. Oh, no, October was a terrible month. Right, because it happened on like October 1st. This crash happened in like one day. I want to zoom out. I want to go to the weekly chart. Let's go to October 87. 1987. Let's see. Where's the big crash? There it is. So the weekly, oh, look at that. The weekly MRI buy called the perfect buying opportunity of the 1987 crash. I like, you find all of these things in hindsight, like, look, this indicator, you can take it back all the way to the Great Depression, right? This is not the Elliott wave. It will not change. Unless the data changes, this will not change. Unless this candle somehow changes because the data got corrupted, this will always be an MRI buy. This was an MRI buy in 1987, and it will be an MRI buy today forever. This arrow will never go away. Perfect top call, perfect bottom call, 1987. So this happened in like 2 days, and it happened in October. And that's why everyone thinks that October is the month that things crash. But in reality, October is the month that everything reverses. In this case, it was both. It was the crash and the reversal. Though the lowest close did take place in November. But the lowest intraday low was October. I'm so curious about the daily chart now, because my curiosity is getting the better of me here. Let's go to October. This is March. Oh, the sun's behind the clouds. So much better now. Though my computer is about to die. Oh, wow. And look at that. We had a daily MRI top right there. Shoot, guys, my computer is about to die. I'm down to 24%. This computer is a beast, and it drains a lot of battery power real quick. All right, let's go back to Bitcoin. And look, the eyes are on the Fed. Everything is about the Fed. Bitcoin is going to do based on the rate hike. And I have a sneaky suspicion that the Fed is going to surprise us and only raise basis points, only raise the rate 50 basis points. This probability was 0. Oh, yeah, this was the other thing I was going to show you on the Financial Summit Twitter handle. We're going to retweet this tomorrow. We're going to show you the percentage that the stock market and Bitcoin lost in September and how much it gained in October. So now we're going to go to the homepage of the Financial Summit Twitter handle. And I was going to show you, what was it? Oh, yeah. I don't have to scroll that much anymore. Hey, shout out to Tai Zen, who is coming to Bali. I've known Tai Zen for a long time. He's a trader. He makes his money trading. And he's going to be here with us at the summit as well, flying in from Asia. Yeah, Apple is pretty much supporting the stock market right now. We can go and take a look at Apple chart. Here, look, the probability was 0. This was tweeted out on October 25th. So 5 days ago, the probability was 0 that there was going to be a 50 basis point rate hike. Then 2 days ago, it was 17%, and now it's 20%. I may tweet this out tomorrow as well, where it's probably going to be 25%. Look at the trend. It's the trend that matters. If these two were 50-50 a week ago, and suddenly this went up to 60, and this would have gone down to 40, I would have said there is a way higher probability of a 75 basis point rate hike because of the trend right before the announcement. But the trend now, I mean, something has gone from 0% to 20%. Imagine if you were able to make a statistical probability bet. This would have been 100 to 1. And that 100 to 1 would have already made you 20x. Okay, now my computer is dying. All right, guys, I'm going to leave it here. I'm going to stop the share so you can just see this gorgeous view. And I'm going to walk around one more time. This is the Financial Summit in Bali. We picked some of the best resorts, very small boutique resorts. This entire resort is 75 suites and villas. I will be moving to a different villa. But for now, this is where I am. Hopefully my camera is moving with me. It is not. My camera is not moving with it. There's a giant dragonfly. Why isn't my camera moving with me? All right, what if I walk around the pool? Is it going to move with me? I'm like literally in the water right now. It's still not moving with me. Shoot. Okay, I'm going to just tilt the camera. Maybe it's because my computer has removed some. I'm just going to tilt the camera. Right there. That's every villa has a private pool. Most of the suites have a private pool, or half the suites have a private pool. And this place is just gorgeous. And this is the villa. Oh, too much. That's the living room, and then the bedroom is off to the side there. Giant bathroom too. Insane. Let's get this back over. There we go. I can also zoom in on the background. Let me do this, and let's zoom in. We got background. All right, now we're going to zoom out. Come on, zoom out. There it is. This camera is great. All right, any more questions? Should I sell Canaan Holdings into Bitfarms? I can't advise on that. That is real financial advice. I'm not going to look at Canaan chart right now. I'll look at it another time. It's a preference thing. Picking winners and losers in the mining space is difficult. This is where you want to average out. All right, my computer is about to die, guys. Thank you all so much for watching. saying goodbye from the beautiful Bali, home of the Financial Summit. Check it out. The next one will be a year away. I did 2 this year. We're only going to do 1 next year. Thank you all, and see you all on the next one.